Dice paper roll is recorded on the traditional lands of the Yagara people and the Wurundjeri people. We pay respect to their elders, past, present, and emerging. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
You were warned. And now you cannot turn back. In this realm, your paths are limited. Your choices here make waves, and those waves crash and grow and reflect, growing more powerful with every pass. There is only one way to escape. You must defeat him. But he is already hunting you. He knows you. He can already taste your soul. The clouds that darken the day lay thicker than normal over Barovia. Deep into the valley, past the grim Gothic spires of Castle Ravenloft and the pitiful walled town of Valakai, lays the Wizard of the Wine's vineyard. Draped in mist and encircled by tangled woodlands, this vineyard stands as a once bright beacon among the gloomy figures of this tortured land. But that beacon has faded, its light diminished by the ravages of a mysterious attacker. Waves of twig blights, their thorny forms surging over each other, crash against the outside of the stone building. Leaves, thorns, and twigs break and splinter against the ancient doors, seeking a way in. It is only a matter of time. As the mass surges and crashes, the bodies of blights destroyed in the effort wash to the top, their splintered bodies forming patterns on the mindless horde. Patterns that spell DPR, Curse of Strahd.
Hey ho, let's go. It's DPR Curse of Strahd, episode 24. Episode 24. My name is Emil Freund, last name this time for some reason. And I'm playing Sonny Bono, the sword with a heart. Not a real heart, obviously. It's a metaphysical kind of heart. It doesn't exist in space. It's more of a... I mean, if Strahd can taste your soul, he would be able to taste my soul. It'll just taste a lot like cold steel, which I'm hoping he'll get to taste at some point. Although it's an energy sword. Okay, well, that's time for Jack's introduction, I think. Jack, you take it from here. Give you a nice little hand pass.
Thanks, Emil. I am Jack Crosby, and I'm playing Louise, the paladin fish woman. Yeah, that's me. Who are you playing, Ben?
I play Ragyog, the goblin cleric of Lathander. My last name's Clements, for everyone who's obviously disappointed I didn't say it just then.
Ragyog Clemens?
Ragyog Clements. Hey, it's the same name as me. That's canon now.
Canon. Is there relation?
Canon. Ragyog Clements is currently quivering with the joy of having had the power of Lathander enable him to cast a fireball at all those 4 hit point twig blights in the end of the last game. But Fuck, it was so cool.
Mm.
Hey, Brew. Hey, I've got a letter for Ben Yog Clements here. Anybody by that name?
Yep, that's me.
I've
You
got
can go away.
Ian-
You get introduced last, Dungeon Master.
Oh,
I'll open
sorry.
it. Should I open it now? No,
Yeah,
that's all
go
right.
ahead. Read it out loud for me. Tell me exactly what it says in there.
Wow, that's a big letter, at least 7 pages.
Yeah, look, that's for another time, everybody. I'm going to tactfully pass over to Lauren Bock.
Hello, my name's Lauren Bock. I'm playing Apromia Phosphine, or you can call her Mo. She's having a wild time fighting back all these twiggy dickheads. I'm also playing Irina Ivanovich, the daughter of the Burgermeister, who's using all the firepower that she has gained mysteriously somehow. I don't quite know where that power came from, but it's coming in very handy. And those are both the people I am playing. I think Dan is next.
I sure am, Lauren. I'm Dan Last. I play Hans von Such. He is the half-orc blood hunter under the spell of Strahd, that devilishly good-looking vampire man. But at the moment, just having a good time kicking ass with his crossbow and sword. And what about you, Mr. Dungeon Master?
Hello, my name is Greg Pickering. I am the Dungeon Master for DPR does Curse of Strahd. Today, I'm playing a few filthy fellows and some thorny little boys. Hang on.
Yeah.
Whoa, let me wind that one back down. Just some thorny boys. Yep,
Ew.
little thorny twig men. And some filthy druids. So looking forward to dying
sec.
en masse.
Is he foreshadowing? I think he's foreshadowing.
I think it's foreshadowing, though.
Lulling us into a false sense of security, more like.
Yeah,
If
well,
I know
yeah.
Greg.
If we don't get to some dirty druids, I'm going to blame us for that, though. 'cause
What
we'll
do all
probably
the
just
stick
piss around
women
and
do,
talk about
though?
ourselves for half an hour.
The stick women.
Yeah, what do they do? Where are they?
Well, they're the brains of the operation,
Yeah,
clearly.
They're
Yeah.
at work
They send out.
while everyone
they're-
else just goes out and has fun with their
Yeah.
They're
mates.
keeping the economy afloat.
Yeah.
Now-
While all the twig boys go out to stabby stab
Yeah.
and raid the winery.
Now,
Yeah.
this letter is from some of our fans, and they're still a bit unclear as to whether the inside of the Wizard of the Wines is a mezzanine or a gantry, and they would like further clarification, please, Greg, before we start the game.
No, this is fair. As I said,
That's just
it
one
is
of the
both.
parts.
It has both. It has both. So you have entered the Wizard of the Wines, barred
just
the door
visualize it.
behind you.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Go on.
You are inside the grand.
Is this like a
hall
guided
of the Wizard
meditation?
of the Wines. Yes, please, everyone, close your eyes. Take a deep breath.
Great.
Out through the mouth. Okay, feel your body relaxing. Relax those shoulders down.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't believe how tense it gets. It's so funny when you just
Mm.
all you have to do is say it, and then you're like, oh, that's right.
Ah.
Mm.
Now, in front of you, you can see the grand hall of the Wizard of the Wines winery.
I hope this
It's
goes
a-
for at
it's a-
least half an hour. Continue.
It's a 3-story space. It's very high, exposed beam rafters up above,
Mm.
very tasteful.
Oh.
It runs back a good 100 feet, and in the center there are a series of large vats of fermenting wine. It's very stylish. Usually in front there'd be tables and chairs set up for dining, for tasting, for cheese platters.
Mhm.
But now there's just splintered masses of wood scattered across the floor. It's very unfortunate. The place has been definitely very much vandalized by some filthy fellows. So you can see the 3 fermentation vats, and around each of those is a mezzanine
Mm.
with a hole in the center. So there's a suspended mezzanine.
Donut
Each-
mezzanines.
Yes, donut mezzanines
Mhm.
above each of the fermentation vats.
Oh.
The donut mezzanine sits at about 1.5 stories. What is it? 15 feet high, about that.
Yeah.
In just floating in the middle. Then connecting those,
Mhm.
a gantry.
Oh.
Yeah, very fine gantry
Oh.
runs
Little
between.
walkways.
Is it
Yeah.
suspended or is it?
It is.
It's a suspended gantry.
It's suspended from the roof.
Mm.
The mezzanine and gantry is suspended from the roof, and then the gantries run off to the sides on the left and right, and then down towards you, and then down a set of metal stairs that come down to the polished
Fancy.
concrete floor that you're standing on. You're awed by this beautiful winery. Picturesque visage in front of you, and it takes you away for just a moment from the ravenous hordes assaulting the wall behind you. So the wall is got a bit of a shake on. The doors are shuddering under the pressure of these waves of twig blights that are slamming against the building, and also. As I said at the end of the last episode, when you turned around, a number of large thorns thudded into the door next to you, and they were thrown by some thorny lads who are up, needle blights who are up on the gantry. There are 2 druids up on the gantry as well, and 2 druids emerge from between the vats in front of you. So everyone
Down
give
low.
me.
I like that
down low on
the
the
most
ground.
holy description of a building was actually inside of a winery for us.
Well, if the shoe fits, one must drink out of it.
So there's no enemies on the actual donut mezzanines. They're just on the gantries.
Yeah, no. So, no, my apologies. That's
I've rendered a very excellent drawing that everybody can see.
Oh my god,
that is
Jack, you're fired.
incredibly accurate.
Thank
yeah,
you so
Jack,
much.
you're
Jack,
out.
you're fired.
Jack's out. Once again.
Get out now.
Once
Look,
again.
to be fair, I haven't really been pulling my weight for a long time, so it's about time.
I mean,
I'll see you guys later.
Can we, if there are on the donut mezzanines, can we actually see them? Because that's above us, right? Like we could see through the gantry. Because I'm imagining some, I don't know. I'm just wondering eyeline.
No, that's an excellent question, Emil. The gantry and the mezzanines are set back from you, so they're a good 40, maybe 50 feet back from where you are on these raised platforms. The filthy druids are standing on the left and the right mezzanine, and then the needle boys are in the middle. So there's 6 needle boys in the middle mezzanine.
6.
A druid, 6. A druid on the left mezzanine, a druid on the right mezzanine. There are 2 druids, one each. 2 druids have come from between the gaps between the fermentation vats, and then 6 more needle boys, 3 in escort of each druid, have come from around the sides of the vat.
Oh shit!
Now you say they're filthy
Yes.
druids. Are they like dirty and gross, or are they just like sexually really engaged and like throwing
Both.
out unwanted advances?
Definitely both.
Is
Both.
Hans
Definitely
kind of
both.
horny?
Yeah.
Are you guys here for a bucks party or what the fuck's going on?
So these ones have some have a few more discernible features. These filthy boys, they've got the matted hair, they're covered in filth, and their clothes are covered in filth, but their faces are sort of starting to peek through, and you can see rotten teeth in their mouths.
No,
and
of course they don't brush.
yeah, no, filthy.
Ironic.
Absolutely filthy.
Why is that? ironic?
Brush, as in like brush it. No, that's right.
That's it. Twigs. Brush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It wasn't good because no one got it. Continue.
I got
I was
it.
like, it was a bit of a. You're making
it. Was
me
a thing.
It wasn't good enough to get in the first place.
If I have to meet you halfway, like really.
All right.
Okay, everyone give me a perception check, and everyone roll initiative as well.
Okay.
Percepciones. Ooh, 18 on the die.
Damn.
18 for Hans
Ooh.
and a 22 for initiative.
Oh.
I'm going to keep on rolling with that die at the moment.
21 for perception. And let's see what initiative has for me.
My initiative roll was the same physical and digital. I wish
Well,
I'd gone with my.
Why are you rolling both?
I just wanted to see.
Doesn't that mean you split the space-time continuum as
Well,
soon as
yeah.
they deviate?
Yeah.
Well, apparently,
It's like that episode of Rick and Morty.
I'm going with the digital because they came first. That's a 4 for perception and 6 for initiative.
Did you hear that, wizards? We're going with you.
Sponsor
Sponsor us. Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us. I just missed Ragyog's initiative.
That's because I didn't give it to you. I rolled a 7 for initiative and a 22 for my perception.
Okay, and Irene's initiative.
18 for initiative, 19.
19.
Louise is just like
Mo's
in
also
awe.
got 19. Not suspicious. Nothing sus.
Nothing sus here.
Sonny's initiative was 17, by the way. I didn't think I wrote it out.
Okay, everybody over 15 for the perception. You can see that the wizard on the right mezzanine, the druid on the right mezzanine is clutching a much larger staff than the others. And this one just has this menacing, dark, necrotic aura around it. You can see little motes of black sort of rot just flaking off it constantly. It's just raining like this dark dandruff down onto the mezzanine below. And it seems to absorb and bend the light around it. And for those of you who do spot it, as soon as you look directly at it, you feel a real sense of foreboding and just sickness, just like real rot in your guts. Anyone who got a 10 or above notices that there are a number of crows up in the rafters, including the friendly neighborhood raven, Steve the pigeon, nowhere to be seen. So you can see the crows perched above the druid with the staff, and they flap their wings to try to get your attention and bob their heads down towards him. All righty. Any questions before we start?
So
what do I see? Oh, sorry. What do I see if I got a perception of 4?
You
Can't see your own face.
You are trying to see your own reflection in the polished concrete
yeah.
unsuccessfully.
Damn.
You're trying to turn your head sideways over and over again to see what's happening outside the porthole in your face.
Yeah.
What are the downfalls of having eyes on the side of your head, Louise? Look up.
Did you say, sorry, Greg, there was one of the druids that had all the black tendrils?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's holding a staff, a large staff, which is emanating that dark energy, the necrotic energy.
Oh man, I'm getting some bad vibes from that guy. He's tweaking his nipples, plus with all the weird tendrils. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some weird shit. I've been to orgies at Betty White's house, and even that is not as freaky as this.
No. It would be head and shoulders above that guy.
Who is Betty
nice.
White?
I'll tell you another time. It's probably not the most pressing.
Yeah, no, she was Betty the Grey.
That's right.
When she died, she came back after Golden Girls finale, and I don't know why my voice is like. What's it?
Betty the girl.
Sorry, it's Hans.
As the druids emerge, the ones on the ground, as they emerge, they strike their staves into the ground, and they vines erupt from the bottom and grow around their quarterstaves, making them large, two-handed, spiky clubs. And the two druids that are standing on the mezzanines, the mud that encases them hardens to a stone-like texture. The needle blights throw needles at all of you.
Like pine needles or needles?
So
Knitting needle.
yep, it's hypodermic needles.
Just not expecting them to be junkies.
Yeah, used
They are filthy.
hypodermic needles.
No.
Oh, gross.
Too far? Too far.
too much. Okay, really.
This
That's-
encounter got
normally, but
very
not for that
real.
one.
We see Louise is
That's-
rubbing off on us because we've got funny about class all of a sudden.
It is working.
Hans, what's your armor class?
Hans's armor class is 15.
Okay, so a storm of needles rains around you as the 6 on the mezzanine fire out at you, standing at the front. And 2 of the needles strike in, one into your left arm, knocking your hand off the crossbow, and then one into your right foot, almost pinning it to the ground.
Pinning it to the ground.
Almost. You take 16 points of needle damage.
He's just going
Needle
back and
damage?
forth, doing like the Ace Ventura, just swapping between his hand and his foot, just going, oh, this really hurts. Oh.
That's the sound of the needle hitting home.
Oh, my foot.
I mean, Hans, it sounds like you're overreacting compared to that sound effect, to be honest.
Well, you should feel it. It's definitely not an overreaction. It really hurts.
Maybe I'll heal it.
So these needle blights are they're taller than the twig blights that you were fighting outside, and they're much they're of a much sturdier build, and they're covered in thorny protrusions, which they rip off and throw down towards you. And the storm of needles strikes into you, Hans. Okay, Hans, it is your go.
Hans, reeling in pain, has a quick look at Ragyog after his comment about like it doesn't hurt that much, and being like, "Fuck you," and then looks up at the druid with the dark dandruff, and goes, "I'm coming for you," and casts with a bonus action spell, casts Hex, which will allow me an extra 1d6 damage on top of any damage I deal to him. There's no save, it's just an automatic thing. And then with his actual action, he's going to look up into the rafters past the crows, and there should be, assuming that this mezzanine is suspended from the ceiling, some wires and some kind of hooks, and wants to blast out from the ceiling end using Eldritch Blast. And he's got 2 beams.
Awesome. Very cool. Go. Fire.
Fire.
Yeah, you can see steel ropes that are bound to the rafters above.
Spells. So it is a 19 and a 13 to hit.
Yeah, they strike into the roof beam that is holding the mezzanine. I'm assuming you're striking at the beam above the druid with the staff.
Yeah, so you said that he was on the right hand mezzanine, so I'm trying to basically try and take out whatever would be the furthest metal wire that's helping to suspend this platform, so that it breaks, and then it kind of, he topples over on that side. So in total, it was only 7 points of eldritch damage into the cable.
Yeah, the bolts arc up and they strike true into the beam, but it's it's a very old beam of wood that's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's over time that varnished hardwood has just become incredibly strong. So you do damage to it, you scorch it, the outside of the beam, but you don't do any discernible damage. It certainly doesn't rock the mezzanine or anything.
Okay, maybe something different then.
What color are your Eldritch Blasts? What do they look like?
So it's like a purplish energy that starts at course. It flashes in his eyes at first as he summons the power of the Great Old One, and then it kind of electricity kind of courses out his eyes and then down his arms, and then.
Sick.
Did you say the Great Old One?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Patreon.
Great Old One. It's like a Cthulhu type.
Patreon.
Many-headed god.
Many-headed
how many hit points are you on, Hans?
39. I feel great.
Mo. The needle blights on the ground and the druids on the ground are 40 feet away from you, and the stairways on the left and right are 20 feet away.
Excellent. They haven't seen me?
Oh, they've seen you.
Ah, fuck
No,
it.
they know.
They know that there. Fantastic.
Yeah.
They've also all acted. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, because I started throwing all of the big things into the door.
Performance.
Great. Okay. Mo can't do much from far away, so she's gonna head up the stairs and try to go to get up onto the mezzanine.
Ooh.
Okay, you going the left or the right stairs?
I'm going to go to the left.
Excellent. Can you give me an acrobatics check, please?
21.
Okay, amazing.
Oh,
so as
damn.
you run up the left staircase, the treads start to give way beneath your feet, but you're able to nimbly leap forward and grab onto the edge of the platform as it crumbles underneath you. But there's a
one
large
step
section.
there.
There's a large section of the steps that's been sabotaged, and that's now very difficult. It's climbable, but it's no longer walkable for anyone else.
Hans is looking at that bit that crumbled away like, what the fuck?
It's all right. I meant to get up here and definitely have no way of getting back down.
I'll catch you.
Is what I meant to do.
Can you give me an athletics check just to see if you can pull yourself up onto the remainder of the gantry?
And it's falling underneath me. I got a 9 on my athletics check. Can I make it?
No, you almost pull yourself up, but you are still hanging off the edge of the gantry, 15 feet in the air.
Oh, no.
Irina.
Okay. Irina just steps forward. There's a druid on the ground, right? Or they're all up on the gantry.
No, there's two down on the ground,
down on the
two
ground.
up on the mezzanine.
All right, she's going to take the left.
I feel like I'm going to say mezzanine and gantry
me
a
too.
lot.
That's
this
fine.
episode.
Can you say it with an accent?
Gantry.
Can she move forward and also cast a spell, or does she have to
Yeah,
stay where she is?
absolutely.
Can she move
No, she
forward
can move.
like
Move.
you know, exactly maybe like 20 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she can get close enough to cast a witch bolt.
Don't do it, Emil. God damn it.
He went for it. He went for it.
I have no idea
Sorry.
what the fuck you're doing.
What? I
Which
wasn't
joke?
watching.
What joke are you guys referring to? I don't understand.
Don't fucking. It's
Never
nothing.
mind, Lauren.
Never mind, Lauren. Sorry. It's a witch spell. Anyway. It's better if you
bolt
explain
my
it.
bolt.
There it is.
Yeah, sure. Who you firing your witch bolt at?
At the left druid. Yep.
Yeah, that arcs out and strikes into that druid.
like a
the
big
line of electricity linking
blue-
the two of you.
Yeah. It's a 21 to hit. So she
Yeah,
smacks it
it
right
is-
where it hurts. Take this
Strikes true.
bolt and stick it where the sun don't shine. 8 damage.
Awesome. So the electricity racks the body of the druid, and sparks run up and down.
Let's crack
his
this
body
little
as
nut.
he's-
Come
he's
on.
racked in pain. All right.
That magic missile's a hell of a spell.
Sun God Millionaire.
Sonny starts to strut. He gets his disco strut on. Kind of his heel toe and kind of his way back forward towards the needle bites and the druid on the right hand side. Is he close enough to strike out if he moves 30 feet to the needle blights?
The ones on the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool. All right, so he moves that distance and then takes an almighty mid-dance swing at the needle bite. It's like a low spin along the ground. He's sweeping his sword around in a circle. I might have to perform a perform check as well. I don't know if you feel like that's appropriate, but I do.
I think absolutely.
Okay. All right. Uno memento. Let's see. Roll, please. Yes, it is. It's an 11. It's a humble 11.
Mm.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, look at you,
know-
go.
Mo's dangling. He's like, yeah, it's great
Okay.
moves, mate. Great
He's old.
moves.
He's older than the last time he attempted this move, and it's not his body, to be fair. So he's getting used to the mechanics, and he didn't realize that the coach
And
driver had
leprosy.
a dicky left knee, and it pops as he's swiping through. It pops quite loudly, and so he
Yeah, that's that leprosy.
he thrusts a bit awkwardly mid sweep, and he rolled 20. 20 to hit. 20 to hits. All right, roll that up. So I double the roll to damage, right?
Double the damage dice.
All right. So that is that's 17 for the first roll, and then
Damn.
another 17, 30.
Woo.
Yeah, 30.
That was the
points.
needle
No, 44.
needle blight.
Yeah, the needle.
Yeah, 30.
Needle.
Yeah, you sweep your flaming sword through 3 of the needle blights that are standing in front of you, while the pirouette and strike is the pirouette is not as classy as you would have liked. The damage certainly is.
Cool.
And they drop in a flaming mass. Again, the flaming nature of the sword doing extra damage.
Right on. I'm gonna action surge.
Oh,
and
nice.
Make an attack. He's gonna make him take a disco nap, I think, and cast sleep on the area containing the druid and whatever other blights are around. It's a 20-foot sphere, in case you were wondering. So
Do I-
I gotta roll 5d8, and it affects hit points to the maximum. I'm sure you know how to do it, Greg. You're an old hat by this point.
You roll your dice, Emil, and
Did.
then whatever that totals to is the amount of hit points it affects. So if you get, say, 15
Well, let's
total,
go with 32 because that's what I rolled.
there you go. So if it's got
32.
more than
And who was that encompassing? Was that the druid?
The druid and any other
the-
needle blights that are around blights, whatever they are, around him.
Yeah, blights.
20 feet.
Within
a 20-foot
Excellent.
radius.
So you sweep and burn the hearts out of the 3 in front of you, and then finish with a flourish, which puts the remaining 3 needle blights standing to your left asleep. So they all just sort of stand motionless, and as they fall asleep, they sort of tip forward and they unfurl a bit so that they just look like bushes. Just thorny bushes standing there swaying slightly in a non-existent breeze, but the druid remains unaffected. Very nice. Ragyog.
Ragyog takes a step forward from the door, having made sure it's closed behind him, and says, "This is the worst fucking customer service I've ever had." And still feeling the power of Lathander and the fireball roiling within him, he casts another fireball, hurling it towards the foes in front. Now, it's 150-foot range, so I can definitely reach, and it's a 20-foot radius sphere. So I'm thinking I would like to hurl it just at the edge of the mezzanine so that it unfurls over the enemies at the top and tries to get the dandruffy druid and hopefully any enemies that are standing underneath that might be within range as well. But I certainly want to make sure that I do not hit any allies.
Yeah, I think the size of it, it's a pretty precise maneuver to be able to hit the ones on the
Sure.
ground as well.
Okay.
I think you could probably encompass the top.
Then I'll just go for the top.
Mezzanines.
That's just me metagaming going, how could How can I get everybody?
Yes, get everyone.
Out of
I killed
curiosity,
them all.
is wine fermenting like combustible?
Not the wine itself, but the vapor that comes off it would be.
Cool.
Cool. Good to hear.
It's done.
We're gonna get everybody.
Am I a fucking sommelier? I don't know.
It'd be a release valve of some sort.
I hurl it forwards, Greg, towards all those fuckheads up the top, and it is for you a Dex 15. Otherwise, it's an 8d6 full damage.
Okay. Oh, amazing. All right. Oh, no. I failed. All the needle blights failed. Oh, God. Okay.
20, 25, and... Oh, damn. 28 hit points. 33 hit points of damage.
33 hit points of damage. Fantastic.
Now, somebody bring me a fucking Shiraz. It's breakfast, damn it.
Okay. Can everyone make a dexterity save for me, please?
Oh, shit, all of us?
Yeah.
Me too?
Yes.
Can I do that at a disadvantage because of my dicky knee?
Absolutely. Yes, please do. And also your proximity.
I got 5.
Can I mean to say something, which is that
Yes.
sorry, Irina has a little thing that wards off stuff. Hang on, what is it? A ring of protection?
Yeah, that gives her a bonus on her saving throws.
Okay, nothing else. Okay, don't worry. Yep, continue.
So the dexterity save is DC 12.
12. Even with a dicky
Anyone
knee.
get less than 12?
Oh, I got a 14.
I got a
Mo
21.
got less than 12.
Me too.
Of course she did.
Oh, boy.
I got a 5. I was not expecting this.
Mo because she's hanging off
Yeah.
She's
the
been hanging off by her
gantry.
hands, but because she can't clap for what everything else has been going on, she's been tapping her heels together, being like, "Whoa, look at this! This is amazing! My friends are incredible! Woohoo!"
It's hot.
so-
Oh my gosh, it's hot.
So the fireball, small pellet of flame arcs from Ragyog's hand over the heads of the fighting party beneath and just detonates right on the center mezzanine platform and erupts into a 20-foot radius ball of flame, which just absolutely decimates all of the needle blights. And the druids at the top, they are just instantly turned to ash. But it also then ignites the fermentation fumes of the vats that are bubbling away down below. And the two on the left, the pressure wave rolls back towards you. It splits the vats, the left and the right vat, so that wine spills out over the ground. And the pressure wave does 20 hit points of damage unless you made the save, in which case it does 10.
Oh,
10.
damn.
My eyes! The goggles do nothing! She's talking about the goggles that are on her steampunk hat.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Have you been waiting to drop that for the whole
I haven't.
campaign?
It's called
So good.
improv. Look it up.
Oh, incredible. Okay, so can everyone who's standing near the vat of wine, who is that? That's just Sunny, isn't it?
I think Irina's probably pretty close.
Oh, Irina's pretty close as well. Yeah, can you give me an athletics check as well? Just to see if you can keep your footing in the rush of wine that just floods the floor of the chamber.
Can Hans rush up to Irina and assist her and help, like, try and keep her stable?
Yeah,
Upright?
absolutely. Yeah.
I got a 15. Do I need to be stabilized?
No,
gonna
not at all.
try
But Hard
anyway.
still does rush up.
What are you doing? What is this? Get your hand.
Don't worry, my lady. I've got you.
Yes, I can get myself, for crying out loud. Where is this coming from?
It's okay. Don't panic.
You're so sticky.
That's not the wine. It's the sweat, the leather.
I know it's not the wine.
Did you have the bell sound effect, Greg?
No, unfortunately.
You didn't put
I've
it.
only got the crow.
The crows are horrified, shake their head in disgust.
Surely they're dead.
They can't believe it.
I'm not
they're-
some damsel in distress.
Hans grips the ruby that's in his pocket.
Is that what you're calling it now? Jesus.
Can Irina sense that?
Yeah, you can sense him gripping his rubies in his pocket and
Big ruby fever.
Big ruby fever.
Her eyes narrow.
Oh.
Are you sure that you want to be doing that right now, Hans?
The whole battlefield just pauses weirdly.
I mean, Sonny's still slipping and sliding around a bit, but yeah.
Slip, 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 and slap.
Yes, I think I do. And he attempts to crush the ruby in his pocket while holding it onto Irina.
Irina's going to try and grab the ruby off him.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, no.
999.
You attempt to crush. You attempt to crush the ruby in your pocket, Hans. And as you do, you just
Should stop moisturizing.
It's a solid ruby. Can you give me a strength check?
How was I supposed to do this?
Ouch, that's not my ruby.
Strength check.
You're weak, Hans. You can't even summon Strahd. He doesn't want anything to do with you anyway.
Quiet you. I gotta find my character sheet.
Did she just say summon Strahd?
Did she say summon Strahd?
Athletics check. Athletics check. Did you say?
No, strength.
Just a straight
strength.
strength. Then it is a 13.
You try to crush the ruby, but it's a ruby and you can't crush it. But your fingers do squeak along it. And as they do, it begins to emit a deep crimson red glow, which suffuses the front of your pants.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
The floor is filled with wine. It gushes around you and floods. It fills up to ankle height. This huge vat has just erupted, and the wine that runs around you has a tainted stink to it. You can smell it's been poisoned, tainted. Someone's rubbed their taint on this wine. It's really got a
Hans.
stinky quality.
It really hits the back of the throat, doesn't it?
Ragyog swirls it in a glass and goes, it's kind of woolly. Like wet socks.
Did we kill everyone before I got to have a go?
Yeah.
Oh,
The bodies of the druids that were down on the ground sort of float towards you, and the broken needle blights that remained wash around your legs. And as they do, the black staff floats on top of the wine towards you, and the figures or the shapes of the crows, the ravens from the roof, flap down towards you. And as they do, they alight in front of you, and their forms begin to shift and change, and they grow into humanoids. So there's a man and two women standing in front of you. The man is an older, very old man. He looks in his 80s. He's weather worn, but he looks like he's lived a life of hard labor. He's hunched over. His hands are all knobbled and gnarled, but covered in calluses, and his face is deeply wrinkled, and he has a big hanging gullet, but he's quite shrunken by age. A short man who hunches over, and he wears a long cloak covered in raven feathers. Yes, he does.
Wow, what a way
Sick.
to break the mold.
The two women behind him look very, very much. You can mark the resemblance between him and his two daughters that stand before you, and he steps forward and he kicks the staff across the wine, and it spins towards you.
Well, this is what I brought you all this way for. Are you going to break it before they break the doors down?
You brought us here. When? We came in the cart. Were you not? Are you taking? Are you saying you did all this labor? We did all this ourselves. What?
No, I mean obviously you've killed all these druids. I mean I didn't. I was a raven. I just.
To be fair, I
right
did very
direction.
little with all my friends here. But
I saw you looking at the polished concrete.
Thank you
though.
for jumping in and helping.
But also there are can you hear the sound of all of those damn twig blights outside? You need to break the staff.
okay, well, we will chat about this later. And Louise comes over with her. Finally, the thing that she's been hoping to do this whole time, launches her hammer into the air and runs and charges and slams it down with a divine smite. Divine. What is it?
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Smite. Indeed.
Do I need? I'll
Yes,
do it.
Smite that staff. It was a very phallic object anyway.
That's
Yes,
a 13.
smite it.
13 to hit the staff on the ground. Is that?
Yes,
that
the inanimate
hits?
object on the ground.
Yeah,
That
excellent.
hits. Yes.
Yeah. And then I am going to do it at a second level spell. So
Oh god damn.
Great.
That's awesome.
I really want to break something.
Yeah. For a penny in for a pound.
Pent up all that aggression from watching the
Yeah.
fight unfurl.
Yeah.
Not
Not
get to
yet.
do anything.
Not
Oh,
yet.
that's a 1 plus a d8. 2d8. That's not great. It's
So it's enough. You run forwards through the wine that
Sloshing.
covers the ground, sloshing, splashing wine, and
there's adrenaline like almost visibly coming off of Louise as she's running. And
is that a Triton thing?
Yeah.
Just like you actually leak adrenaline
Yeah,
Whoa, I have never seen a jacked fish.
yeah.
I've eaten sushi at Stevie Wonder's place, and I have never seen a jacked fish.
And as she's running,
Indeed, the tea.
wine splashes up all around her, and it's like a whirlwind of wine behind her. And the hammer comes down, and does it break it, Greg?
Yeah, it breaks it.
It breaks it. It breaks
No,
it.
it breaks it.
Breaks the
Breaks
fucking
it.
staff.
Breaks the staff. The
Okay.
staff
And the
shattered.
hammer comes down on the staff, and just it's a mist of wine and splintered staff everywhere. And then I don't know what happens next because I'm not the DM.
Yeah, you do like a full superhero leap too, and
Yeah.
then smash that hammer down in a and when you smash down into the wine as well, because you're doing a superhero landing,
Yeah.
the hammer blow, there's like a blast radius of wine that just sort of it just clears the ground around you, and there's a flash of I'm assuming red light.
Oh, yes.
from your
Yes.
hammer.
Yeah, if the camera was to have freeze framed at any point during this while she was in the air, there would have been like a black screen, a red screen behind her, and the hammer would have been like directly across the sickle on her shield, and it would have been emblazoned in gold. And then it would have paused for like 2 seconds, and then it would have continued.
This is a great
Enough for
description,
everyone
Jack,
in the
but
audience to cheer.
Yeah, this is a good description and all, but I'm really waiting to see Lauren's artwork depicting this moment.
Can do, no worries.
That'll be the kicker for me.
If you do want to see Lauren's artwork, you should sign up at www.patreon.com/dice paper roll to support the podcast, where you can get all of the good extra content that we make, including a dice section where we break apart every week's game. You might have heard a couple of those on previous episodes. There's also art from Jack, I guess, but mostly Lauren.
It's not going
and a
well.
bunch of other great content, and also the warm feeling of knowing that you are supporting Dice Paper Roll. So you shatter that staff, and there's an unearthly shriek rings out through the cavernous chamber and echoes off the walls. And as it does, the sound of the scrabbling twig blights, the waves of twig blights, ceases outside, and all you can hear is the crackle as they fall down dead outside. You have successfully
stopped the attack and saved me and my family. My name. I guess you want to know my name. I know.
I'm guessing
my name.
it's Gregory Peck.
No, it's
Russell Crowe.
Betty the White.
Davian Martikov.
There'd be a bird pun in there
How was
somewhere.
I supposed to guess that?
Not Mattia Krov or
Oh, pleasure to meet
there's
your
no-
acquaintance, Damo.
Big D.
Mo says from still hanging onto the gantry. She doesn't want to drop you. She doesn't want to go to
is her
boot
hair
sweat.
like stuck up, like
Yeah.
like in Home Alone, like the
Yeah, soot across the face with the head just like on an angle
Yeah.
from where the blast
Yeah.
came from.
You don't happen to have any cheese to go with this tainty wine, do you?
I've actually got good wine, and I think you've all deserved a sit down and maybe some information. I'm an old man, and I have lived in this land for many, many moons, and I can tell you many things that others cannot. Plus, you've helped me out a great deal. Perhaps we can help each other a little more. Come this way.
And he leads you, and as you're walking through the winery, the wine drains out from the floor. It's great drainage. It's a really well-built winery.
Yeah.
And he leads you down past a number of doors on the sides to a set of stairs leading down. Again, drained. Beautiful, really great engineering and design. He leads you down to the door of a cellar, which he raps on with a knock, and you hear gasps of relief from inside as the door creaks open to reveal a long cellar filled with barrels of wine, and crowded in amongst it are a number of families.
Just before they walk through the door, Sonny puts his hand on Ragyog's shoulder. You getting weird vibes from this guy, or we cool?
Yeah, no, I'm a little bit wary.
We're kind of just following him blindly, you know?
Yes. I mean, I'm all for following strangers down into dark, dank basements, but usually in my spare time.
Yeah, me too. I've met Anthony Kiedis.
Me too.
Step into my wine and cheese cellar.
And I think that is the perfect place to end this episode of DPR Does Curse of Strahd.
What I got, you got to get it, put it in you.
Oh, Anthony.